Hi everyone, it's Chris here from Cards.n.Colors. As you can see, I'm sitting in front of my beautiful Orosoma display with all of the 118 different color combinations. And on the other side, we have one of my displays of tarot decks. You can see the Visconti and the Wild Unknown in the back, and the Moonchild. So, what is my topic today? Today I would like to share some of my favorite tarot books, which I love and wanted to share with you. So if you're new to tarot or if you're already into tarot and you wonder which deck should I, no, not which deck, which book should I use, or is worth reading, then I would recommend the following 6 books to you. So first let's start with one of the best books in my opinion, Tarot for Yourself. A workbook for personal transformation by Mary K. Greer. And this book is really something because as the title states, this book is about using tarot for yourself, for exploring yourself, your shadow, your subconsciousness, healing potential, and one of the greatest lessons that I took from this book, though it doesn't seem to be a big thing, was Mary describes in one of the first chapters 3 card spreads as a daily spread, and so you get an example in the book of a combination featuring the Hermit and the 3 of Swords, and being brokenhearted and feeling alone and so on. But what she does then is she writes that we don't have to accept that as a given fact or as some sort of fate. But what we are always able to do is rearrange the cards in a manner and a sequence that we would like things to be. So in the example given in the book I'm referring to right now, what she does is she puts the 3 of Swords to the left and then the Hermit in the middle. And honestly, I have forgotten the 3rd card, the outcome, but it was something positive. So from the first reading, being brokenhearted and feeling alone, after rearranging the cards, the message was, I'm leaving my broken heart and my sorrow and my pain behind, going inward, taking time for myself, for contemplation, self-care, meditation, whatever, and then the outcome can be something positive. And that's very, very, it's a great motivation and a good example of how you can take responsibility for your life and not see tarot just as an instrument of having a look at your fate or things you cannot change. And I'm very thankful to Mary K. Greer for pointing this option out, an option we always have, creating our own future. And what else? There are spreads for chakra readings. And here I got the example I was just talking about. So have a look. It's the Hermit, the 3 of Swords, and the Word. Okay. Descriptions of the cards and worksheets. Yes, a very, very useful, great book. I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's still available or out of print or something, but get this book. The next one is a very recent release, Untold Tarot by Caitlin Matthews. I already was looking forward to this book when Caitlin announced it on her Facebook page, I guess it was. And this is a book written fluently in a modern style by Caitlin Matthews, as we are used to. And it's a book about historic decks, like Marseille decks, but also Visconti decks and other historic decks from the Renaissance, and decks without esoteric symbolism, decks pre-Golden Dawn, pre-Rider-Waite-Smith, pre-Crowley, pip decks with non-scenic pips, and old cartomancy layouts and ways of reading cards visually, like storytelling. And like, for example, here you can see a very big layout, 5 rows of 5 cards each, the table of 25, and yes, you read these like, well, in a way like Lenormand. So you don't have fixed positions like in the Celtic Cross, where card number 1 is the main theme and card number 2 is the obstacle and so on. But you have a tableau of cards and you read them visually, directionally. So where is the querent? Where is the significator in this tableau? Which way does he look? What's above him? What's below him? What's behind him? What's before him? And so on. And yeah, really a great book if you want to expand maybe your Rider-Waite reading style and if you're fascinated like me by ancient decks, by Renaissance decks, old decks, and yeah, good book, Untold Tarot by Caitlin Matthews. Then, staying at Marseille decks, we have Tarot, the Open Reading by Yoav Bendorf, who unfortunately passed away. Dr. Yoav Bendorf, I have to say. And this was my first book concerning the Tarot de Marseille and pip decks, and opened my eyes that even pip decks don't have scenes in them with people. You can still read them intuitively, and the different foliage and flowers and whatnot on the Marseille decks do have meaning. And another thing is, this book gently guides you to read tarot visually, directionally, without fixed meanings. So if you are used to traditional Golden Dawn, Rider-Waite meanings of the cards, and you start working with this book, Tarot, the Open Reading, you will find a completely new world opening up. So where do people on the cards look at? What objects do they hold? Are they looking to the left, to the right? Is there someone in the back of them? Is there someone coming towards them or in front of them? And all these aspects, reading them visually. So, nice book. I recommend it if you want to get into pip decks, and especially Marseille decks. You should read this book. Then one of the classics of tarot, the Book of Thoth by Crowley. This is the German version, das Buch Thoth, the Book of Thoth by Aleister Crowley, his own book, grimoire in a way, to his own deck, the Thoth deck. And yeah, as you can see, I really worked with this book. Wowzers. Underlining all the stuff, and it's not an easy book, to be fair. You need a very good background in Hermetic Kabbalah and astrology, in Western mysticism, in magic, ceremonial magic, mythology, alchemy, Egyptian myth, and also some Eastern philosophies like Tao or Buddhism. And well, Crowley's style of writing is poetic in a way, with very long sentences. And yeah, some passages of this book I can tell you right now you will have to read them more than once to fully grasp all that Crowley is trying to say to you. So this is why some people don't like this book, because when you just take this book as a reference to the Thoth deck and you don't have the background I mentioned before, you'll be totally lost. You will, I think, put the deck and the book in a cupboard and say, no, this is not for me, I will never understand this. This is too complex, too complicated. I'm done with it. I recommend, though I don't have it here now, Lon Milo Duquette's book, Understanding the Thoth Tarot, which is great in describing everything in detail, and so you can really understand it, and well, afterwards you can go to Crowley's own book. Then, in almost the same vein, though not especially about the Thoth Tarot, we have Tarot Decoded. Tarot Decoded by Elizabeth Hazel. Understanding and using dignities and correspondences, So what she does is she explains the different esoteric techniques used by the Golden Dawn and in the Thoth deck, for example, like elemental dignities and all the astrology and the decans used in the Golden Dawn style decks, also the Rider-Waite deck, though it's a bit hidden in the pictures, and how you can use all of this stuff, all of the correspondences and the astrology and the dignities in your readings. So let's say if you have a lot of Venus cards associated with Venus in a reading, or maybe for defining time, like as mentioned before, Venus would be directing you to Friday, let's say, or when Venus is in a special transit or going retrograde or whatnot, and how to combine all of this, or a spread with a lot of fire cards and what that could mean, and so on. Interesting stuff. And then last but not least, a very, very, very recent discovery, or a very recent release, Mindful Tarot by Lisa Frankel-Tishman. I think you all know her. She has a YouTube channel here. It's Mindful Tarot, yes? I'm pretty sure most people have seen videos of her. And so this is her book, Mindful Tarot, and at first glance, as I received this book, I skipped through it and I thought, oh, okay, it's a description of all the cards in length and nothing new, seen it times and times and over again, but I'm still reading the first part of the book, not the one with the description of the single cards. And I have to say, you really, really, really get to know a lot about mindfulness practice, meditation, what mindfulness is and what it's not, and how all of this can be used when working with tarot, and how all of this is reflected in the symbolism and the structure of the tarot. So this is quite interesting. It's really something else here. Though I can't comment on the description of the single cards yet. I have to read that. But the first, I would say, this book is worth getting just for the first part. Even if you just want the first part, it is worth getting this book. Mindful Tarot, mindfulness practice with peace and compassion, combined with tarot. So, there you have it. I'm under 15 minutes with this quick little video on some of my favorite tarot books. I hope you like it, and yeah, stay tuned and see you another time. Bye.